Before the flight of Jordan, the magic of Johnson, and the craftiness of Bird, there was the pistol, Pete Maravich. In the decade of the 1970s, Maravich was clearly a man ahead of his time. His unorthodox style drew large crowds at a time when the NBA needed large crowds to stay afloat. He was a marquee player who inspired a generation of young ball players.
Pete Maravich was like he was the hero of all the kids that were learning to play basketball with his floppy socks, and you know, he had the flair. He brought the flair to the game.
In his 10-year NBA career, this 6'5" guard delighted fans with his sleight of hand passing and uncanny ability to find a way to the basket. When an open shot was given to him, he took it. When a teammate was open, he delivered the ball into his hands.
He had the excitement that's necessary from the standpoint of the fan, and Pete was one of the premier players that could, you know, get a crowd on its feet with all of these beautifully unorthodox maneuvers of his.
As an NBA player with the Atlanta Hawks and the New Orleans Jazz, Maravich's offensive firepower and playmaking skills earned him a spot in the NBA All-Star Game 5 times. Yet, as one of the NBA's premier players, it was difficult for Maravich, the man, to relate to his adoring fans.
He was very shy, and he even sort of got to the point where he felt real insecure when he went out into the public. But once you got to know Pete, he was a terrific guy.
Plagued by nagging injuries, Maravich retired with the Boston Celtics in 1980 after scoring over 16,000 career points. In 1986, he was elected to the Basketball Hall of Fame. His untimely death from a congenital heart condition 4 years ago struck a chord with his fans who remembered his tremendous contribution to the game.
I think he brought a new dimension to the game, and I think that's where Magic Johnson has, when, you know, in his heyday, he brought in that flair, but it was all originated with Pete Maravich.
Pete Maravich, and you see his number draped at the top of the Delta Center here in Salt Lake City. You know, Alan Bristol